Good morning, everyone. I'm Andrea, and today I want to share my top 3 favorite through hiking YouTube channels. I mentioned a couple times in these videos that a couple months ago, William and I did a 16-mile hike on the Appalachian Trail in Georgia, and we became obsessed with the idea of hiking the entire trail. So when we got home, we started trying to search for different videos. We were wondering if anyone had maybe shared a video or two of them doing an entire through hike. And we couldn't believe how many channels there are out there of people through hiking all over the country, never mind the Appalachian Trail. And so we just started binge watching them like crazy. And it was kind of weird. It felt like we were right alongside of these vloggers sharing in their journeys, because they would share the good, the bad, the ugly, the highs, the lows, everything in between. And I swear sometimes I forgot I wasn't doing the actual hiking with them. I was so invested that at dinner, I'd be like, we better carb up because we have a 20-mile hike tomorrow. And yeah, then Andrea, no, you're not doing anything tomorrow. That was Dixie. So I just thought I'd share 3 of my top favorites in case you're looking for some inspiration. So my number one favorite through hiking YouTube channel by far is Homemade Wanderlust. She goes by the trail name of Dixie. And a trail name is a name given to you by other hikers when you're out there hiking. And so here are just a few of the reasons why I like that channel. So Dixie's channel, I think, is responsible for us becoming obsessed and binge watching so many videos. And the first reason why we were drawn to her channel is because she has done the Triple Crown of through hiking. That's what it's known as. She's done the Appalachian Trail, the Pacific Crest Trail, and the Continental Divide Trail. But the one we watched was her first through hike, which was the Appalachian Trail. And she was a newbie where she had never done an overnight backpacking trip when she set foot that first day out in Georgia. And so we were all about that. So that's what got us hooked on her initially. So another reason I enjoy her channel is because she shows so much great footage of not only the terrain, but the wildlife. She gets close-ups of plants and bugs and animals. She gets these great shots, and she will zoom in so much that you see like this whole ecosystem going on in the plant. That got me really excited. I think she's responsible for us. She's like our inspiration for recording ants and bugs and birds and plants and things. So thank you, Dixie. Another reason I like watching the Homemade Wanderlust channel is because Dixie's really humble and relatable. She doesn't act like she's an expert in any way, and yet we totally view her as an expert. But she's just very down to earth and real, and that's just very appealing to me. Another thing she does is she explains a lot in terms of gear and experiences in ways that isn't like condescending to anyone. She's just kind of sharing as she goes, and as she learns, she's sharing too. And I enjoy that a lot. It's not just footage, there's just valuable information in there. She also features a lot of people along the way that she meets, and she makes this family of friends on the trail. They call it a tramily. And so much so, you get to know these people in terms of watching them through these experiences, that sometimes she'll have footage where it's just her, just Dixie hiking. And William and I will sit there and like, wait a minute, what happened to Perk? Where is he? Do you think he's up ahead? It's just interesting how you're so invested in their hike. Okay, another reason I just love her is she has the cutest accent on the planet. Every episode later on says, hey y'all, Dixie here. She's just so cute. It's just very endearing. Another reason I really enjoy her channel is because Dixie has so much content both on and off the trail. She has great through hiking videos, but also videos about gear and prep. She has a video about tent camping versus hammock camping, which was really valuable to William and I. That was helping us through our whole tent versus hammock debacle. And it was just informative. She has videos on like hygiene on the trail and how to prep for a through hike for your first time, things like that. If you're interested in learning more about how to pull off a through hike, Homemade Wanderlust is a great one. Okay, on to my second favorite through hiking YouTube channel is The Wander Women. These 3 women are Christy, Annette, and Lynn. I'm talking about them like they're my friends because they feel like they're my friends. The number one reason I was drawn to this channel is because of their age. And so we got used to watching Dixie and all her friends and other little YouTube videos here and there, and they were all like in their 20s, early 30s, which was great, and I still enjoyed it. But I still had the questions of, okay, I am decades older than these people. Maybe this isn't for me. And then I saw the Wander Women, and they're amazing. They're all either in their late 50s, early 60s. One of them, I think, turned 62 on the trail. And oh, I was like, yes, this channel's for me. I'm very curious to see how they do that. It was very enticing for me. Another reason I really enjoy this channel is because these three are very entertaining without trying to be at all. They're just funny and kind of quirky in a really appealing, cute way. And there's just, I don't want to give anything away, but if you are searching for some fun content, you have to check out the Wander Women. Another reason I like the Wander Women is because they have great footage of terrain and landscape. They just do a great job with that. They've done the Appalachian Trail, and right now we're following them doing the Continental Divide Trail, and just gorgeous shots. Another reason I enjoy them is similar to why I like Dixie. They're very humble and modest and informative. They aren't trying to be anything other than themselves, and they are constantly learning. Unlike Dixie, who was inexperienced on her first Thru-Hike, these women have been backpacking for like 30 years. So they know their stuff, they know their gear. They didn't change a thing going on the Appalachian Trail in terms of gear. They were already dialed into everything that worked, which was really cool for me to see. But also, what was really helpful for me is they showcased how much they stretch. They stretch when they wake up, they stretch at lunchtime, they stretch when they go to bed, before they go to bed, they stretch during breaks. They show what they do to sustain themselves during a 6-month adventure. And, some of the other videos where the kids are younger, I call them kids who are like 30, if they get hurt, that's when they start stretching, but you don't see them sharing that a whole lot. Doesn't mean they're not doing it, but they're not sharing it. These women are just gladly sharing it. They are just who they are. And it's really helpful. They even have a separate video just focused on the stretches they do on the trail. And that was helpful for me because, as I've mentioned more times than I like to admit, I'm overcoming these injuries and ailments and aches and pains trying to get to the starting point, right? That's the whole journey to Georgia. And so I've really started incorporating stretching for the first time in my life, which is probably what landed me here. And Wander Women have guided me so much. They've really helped a lot. And the final reason I love their channel, the Wander Women, is because they're so encouraging. At the end of every video, they have these phrases written out like, find your wild, be brave, do something difficult, things like that. You just feel inspired and lifted up at the end of a video, and who doesn't need that right now, right? So Wander Women, you should check them out. And my third favorite YouTube channel right now is Mari Johnson. We're enjoying her channel so much. And we watched her Thru-Hike the entire Pacific Crest Trail, the PCT. And the number one thing that jumps out at me is the beautiful footage she takes. Every single step that she takes is surrounded by beauty, and she does an amazing job with shots. It's beautiful to follow. Another reason I enjoy this channel is her boyfriend, Nick. He's so fun. We were drawn to this channel also because this was going to be a couple hiking an entire through trail. And so that brings different nuances to a hike, right? And so we wanted to see just how another couple navigate. And he's enjoyable because he doesn't say a whole lot. He doesn't like to be on camera, you can tell. But when he talks, you like lean in and you want to hear everything that he says. You know how people are like that. And me, I'm jammering away. I'm really working on not talking so much. And it's not going well, but I promise I'm going to try. And so I like watching them together and their dynamics and who puts up the tent and just things like that. So Nick's a fun addition to that channel. I'm noticing, as I mentioned my other reason why I like this channel, that they all have something in common. She's really humble and understated. And I think I'm really drawn to people who are just humble and don't make things look super easy, or they're just real about the experience. And she's very understated. That word is just popping into my head. She just is doing her thing and sharing if you want to see it. And it just draws you in a little bit more. She always gives credit to other people. She's always showcasing other people that she meets. And she just seems like she's grateful for an encounter. She's appreciative. She's in awe of other people. And she loves to give them their time. She loves to give another person a chance to share their YouTube channel that they have or Instagram page. I love that. It's just nice. So I know I said that they don't always share that it's easy or something like that. And yet there's something about Mari and this hike on the Pacific Crest Trail that most of the time when I was watching, even when I was icing my shin splints and watching, I was watching on, I think I could do this someday. It's funny. She just doesn't make it seem like, oh, this is so awful. And it could have just been her experience, but she just makes it look so graceful. And, oh, you just want to be out there in that wilderness. So it's just interesting to think about that one. And the last goofy reason why I love watching Mari's channel is because at the end of every day, she changes into like camp clothes, I guess. She always has this like beautiful light mint green sweater or something that I have to get. It is the most beautiful thing. And you're just so happy for her having her camp clothes on because they're hiking like 20, 25, 30 miles a day. It's a ton. And she looks so cozy and comfy, and I need that sweater. I don't even know why I'm sharing that, but that's my final one. So those are just my top 3 favorite channels that we have watched so far. It's only been like 2 months. There are so many other channels that are out there. There's certainly not all just women. I think that's just who we gravitated to. We just started watching this guy named Frozen, and he seems like he has really cool videos. And so I would just love to hear in the comments if you have any other YouTube channels that you recommend that feature through hikes, please share them. I love just sharing with other people what gets me inspired. And so I would love to be inspired by you guys. So if you have a channel that you'd like me to check out, please put in the comments. That would be great. So that's all. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye.